Okay, so the beginnings are always weird and I never know how to start. So just like, hey, welcome.
Okay.
How are
Wait,
you
let me
today?
actually text my roommates and tell them not to come in.
Okay.
To my room. Because they will just walk in.
Hey, let's talk.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back to Collective Sound. And I have a beautiful guest with me today. Her name is Annie Dirusso, and here she is.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah.
Been doing a lot of, Zoom schoolwork and a lot of music, but kind of just chilling, you know?
You take what you can get.
Exactly.
So just like a little background for the audience. Annie and I have known each other for like 3 years, 2 years.
I think probably 3.
And this is our like maybe second time ever hanging out.
Yeah, well, we saw each other like a month ago or something.
We did.
But like there were more people. It just wasn't.
No, it wasn't the vibe.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, it was a vibe. It was great. But
it wasn't a vibe for us to like hang out. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like we've just danced. Abby was like, you guys have just been ships in the night for so long.
Yeah, no, literally.
But here we are, sitting in your bedroom.
Here we are,
on
in
your
my
bed,
bedroom.
Which
in
is
Nashville.
like with the poster.
I know.
Which we'll get to. Okay, so I make everyone do this, but like, can you give me like, you know, when you came to Belmont and you had to do your like college intro of like, here's my name, my grade, what I'm studying, and a fun fact about me. If you could do that, that would be like so great.
Like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Or just like, you know, when you came to Belmont or like you started a new class and you're like, this is who I am.
Okay, I'm Annie Dirusso. I'm from New York. I am a senior at Belmont studying songwriting. And I'm here in Nashville. I live with 3 of my roommates in a cute little house. And
So
I love
cute.
it here.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
and here she is. This house is like so cute and so like, I feel like fits what I would imagine your room would look like. Also, the Twilight books on the bookshelf, cute.
Oh, you have to have them.
You have to.
You know, I've been trying to read Midnight Sun, and I'm like not quite making it through.
Okay. Is it not great?
It's not that it's, okay, so here's the thing. I always expose myself about Twilight, but at this point it's like too far gone.
Mm-hmm.
I love Twilight. It's the series that got me into reading.
Okay, great.
No
No
and
shame.
so I would reread them. I didn't reread them this summer, but I reread them every summer for the last like 7 summers.
Dang, okay.
And during my rereading,
Uh-huh.
Stephanie Meyer, the author,
Uh-huh.
actually wrote Midnight Sun around the time she wrote the series.
Right, yeah.
And the first 13 chapters were in a PDF on her website.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
someone leaked them, and then she stopped writing it because she got so upset.
Okay.
And then
Sounds
she,
like her.
10 years later, was able to return and finish it and release it.
Dang, okay.
But in my rereading of the whole series every summer, I would read the first 13 chapters.
Okay.
And so at this point, I feel like I'm just continuing to read those 13 chapters that I've already reread.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I need to just in case she changed anything. Yeah. And I'm just like so not in it. Like I can't, like he's just like, Edward as a character is just like intensely annoying, and like
He's
as you get older you realize the
worst.
relationship is like wildly toxic.
So bad. So
just,
bad.
like,
okay, so you're Team Jacob, right?
I'm
Is what
actually
you're
Team
telling me?
Edward.
You're Team Edward.
Because Jacob kind of sucks too.
They both suck.
Jacob has like this weird ownership thing, and
Yeah,
but
that's
so
true.
does Edward. I'm Team Bella.
But she's also kind of annoying.
But Bella sucks. If I had to pick someone that's what I really like, I like Emmett.
Okay, yeah.
I like Jasper.
Okay.
And I'm a big Alice fan.
We love Alice.
Yeah, Alice is great.
She's the queen we all need in our lives.
Yes.
But all the main characters
Not it.
suck.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm. And I used to be obsessed with Twilight too growing up.
Okay.
And we have been rewatching them like since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And like first of all, they're so much worse than I thought they were. Like the acting.
Oh my god.
But also and just like some of the lines, I'm like, that was a real thing in a script that someone was asked to say.
Yeah.
And it's really quite
It's
the time.
crazy.
How many more chapters are there besides the 13?
Seems like so many more. So the 13th chapter in the PDF gets to the point right before when they're in the meadow.
Oh.
And the thing is, in Twilight, that comes in like probably like 60 pages in.
Yeah.
So it's just so much longer. It's like basically longer than Breaking Dawn, but it's just Edward's retelling of the first Twilight book.
Oh god.
But
Okay.
he just has so many more thoughts
He has
than Bella.
So Bella's head empty.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh my god. Well, let me know how the end is.
If
and
I
then
ever get to
might,
it, I will.
I might read it as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Because I've been revisiting the Twilight books as well, and like, you know, you can't miss.
No, you can't, but
Well, you kind of can.
yeah, just
We're
like
still
be in the
gonna
right
do
headspace. I just like I'm not in the right headspace, and once I get there, it'll be good. But
Okay.
I just need to return to that spot in my life.
I love that for you. Okay, well, anyway, so Twilight, great. So Annie makes such good music, and that's why she's here on the podcast. I've been obsessed with you since I saw you for the first time, which this
3
is
years
just
ago.
me. Again, if you didn't know already, we've known each other for 3 years.
Peripherally though, like
yeah,
kind of like we see each other, we wave.
We wave.
Always friendly.
Oh yeah, we like give each other those likes
Yeah,
on Instagram.
absolutely.
That's about it.
Yeah,
But
but now here we are.
Anyway, so with that being said, so you're from New York.
Mm-hmm.
When do you start making music? When do you start writing? All that kind of stuff.
So I'm in New York. When you grow up in New York and you say like you want to sing, you immediately get shoved into Broadway.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Show tunes Broadway. So I'm taking like at the age of like 10, I'm taking like voice lessons, like absolutely like belting Les Mis, you know what I'm saying?
Cute, okay.
It wasn't though. It was like probably pretty bad. And then around 10 or 11, probably 11, I get really into Taylor Swift.
Oh god, okay, good.
Yeah. So I watched some like bootleg documentary on her in which she kind
Is
of
it
like
the one where she like does the meet and greet for 13 hours?
it might be that one. It's the one
Okay.
where she's like driving down Music Row, like giving CDs
Yes,
to all
yes,
of the
yes.
publishers.
Yeah. Which is funny now that we live here. You're
Yeah,
like
'cause
you
you're like,
did that.
what?
Anyway, keep going.
And she talks about how that's when she realized, when she dropped off like a bunch of cover CDs to like the people at Music Row, like that's when she realized you need to make original music.
Yeah.
And I thought, Taylor Swift says I need to make original music. So I learned the guitar when I was 12. I taught myself.
Okay.
And then immediately following that, I started writing songs like a month later.
Okay.
In the probably style of Taylor Swift.
Yes.
And then instead of going, so I live like 30 minutes outside of the city in New York. And instead of going south into the city at the time, I was going north into upstate New York.
Cool, okay.
And there's like a bit of a folk scene in upstate New York in the
Okay.
Hudson Valley. Yeah, Hudson
Kinda
Valley
fun.
folk scene, shout out. So when I was like 12, 13, I was just like me, this 13-year-old girl with an acoustic guitar in a circle of like a bunch of 60-year-old men who play folk music,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
Just in that upstate New York folk world. And that's kind of where I started playing out and like learning that.
Cool.
And then when I was 14, I started going into the city and I played like the open mics in the city, which are just like,
sis.
people are pretty nice, but like it's a city, no one's listening. And then I was
Yeah.
like spending like a lot of nights in high school just like in the city like really late, you know what I'm saying? My parents were like, oh my gosh, can we leave? Because they don't want to let me go alone to
Exactly.
these things. So I would like schedule out, I remember like scheduling out a calendar like 5 days a week open mics. It was like terrible for my parents. I can't believe they came
That's
with
really
me.
sweet.
Yeah, no, super sweet. And then yeah, I guess my junior year of high school, I started getting to like Maggie Rogers and stuff.
Queen.
And I know, I love her. And I wanted to make like Maggie Rogers, like folk pop kind of music. And that's what you'll hear my attempt of if you listen to Blue Walls and Gone on Spotify.
Okay. Blue Walls kind of slaps. And
Okay.
I know you like don't think that as much, but it like kind of goes off.
Sadly, I'll be taking it down this
No!
month. Yeah, I haven't said it yet, but I'm gonna say it. I'm taking down Gone and Blue Walls this month.
Okay. I mean, we'll take it.
It's just time.
I get it.
But I love the songs at the time. Obviously, I released them. And then when I got to Belmont my freshman year, I was listening to like Big Thief, Margaret Glaspie. And I just, as you can tell, as I was saying, I like to talk.
Yeah.
And so it makes a lot of sense to me that like the lyricism in like indie rock music is very conversational. And it made so much sense for me to write my verses that way and then kind of maintain the pop on the chorus. I guess it's kind of what my music does. So, yeah.
That's incredible. So leads so well into my next question, where I feel like your songs are so like lyrically, I wouldn't say important, but just like I feel like they're so in depth. And is that something you like really focus on in like the music process? Like do you lean more that way, more like music way first? Do you get what I mean? Like what kind of drives the song for you?
Lyrics are much, much harder for me. And I think it's because I'm just more particular with them than I am with the music.
Yeah.
And it just, the music part of it comes a lot easier to me. Like,
Okay.
melodies are something I can very naturally find. I don't really, like, spend a lot of time searching for them when I'm writing. But lyrics, like, I want to make sure every word is exactly what I want to say. So especially if I'm doing a co-write, which I've started to get into more now that I'm in Nashville and everyone, like, is like, co-write. It has to make, like, I have to make sure every word is going to be something that comes from me. So they are really lyrically driven. And I'm happy that you say that because that's what I spend the most time on.
I hate that I'm about to ask this question, but what are you on the Enneagram? Do you know?
I'm a 4-wing 3.
Okay.
But I just want to say that I don't think that's accurate, and I just kind of did it like a few years ago.
Okay, which is
where
fine.
You read all the types because someone said like the test's not going to be accurate.
Yeah.
So I read all the types and found the one that like
that's
made
great.
me the most upset or something like that.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Yeah. I hate the Enneagram, and it's apparently because I am a 4, and apparently that's why I hate it. But
or maybe that's why I'm talking about it like this too.
I mean, whatever. But I didn't want to make this assumption about you, but I feel like I kind of know this. But like, I'm such a feelings person, and like from your music and like the little I know about you, I feel like you're a feelings person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I feel like people like us who are like feel things so intensely, like you want to be able to describe that accurately. So I feel like that's where this like lyric
and it's like
thing.
nearly impossible.
Oh,
and you're trying
absolutely.
to say it in like a short amount of time in like a clever way.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the best way to write lyrics is I collect just like things I think of.
Okay, yeah.
In kind of my phone or like a notebook.
Mm-hmm.
This notebook.
Hey.
Or I and then like after a while I'll have enough to put together sort
Nice.
of thing, and then I'll fill the rest of it around, but then it might take me like a few months to edit to make sure all the things are where I want them to be. Yeah.
What was the hardest song for you to write?
That I have out right now. It's hard to say. They were all so different.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan took me a few months, and it was an interesting process because my previous release from Jonathan is Blue Walls, and it's just such a strange jump.
Yeah.
And when I was writing it was like in my freshman year dorm, like Potter Hall. You like go back and forth to the little practice rooms.
Yeah.
And I was just so confused about what I was making, but I was just like kind of trusting it because I knew that my old stuff was not really me.
Yeah.
And then also, I guess the form of that song is not super clear because it's like a lot of ooze. There's not really a chorus. So that one was an interesting write for me, and that took me a while. And then when it was done, I wasn't even sure if it was like super done. Mm-hmm. And then like brought it into the songwriting class, and like they have such a problem in the songwriting program with like Nashville's so lyrically driven. Yeah. So they like a real problem with how many ooze were in the song. And I was like, listen, it's emoting more than I'm going to be able to with lyrics. Like I don't know what to say. And then Don't Swerve, on the other hand, was a very quick write for me.
Okay. Interesting.
But Dead Dogs might be the hardest write for me. And it's also like another jump. I think Don't Swerve to Dead Dogs is like another big jump in my music from more of like an indie pop to like a slight indie rock sound.
Yeah.
And lyrically it gets like a lot darker and like older. And that was hard for me because it was like about a hard thing. Yeah. So like other than my dog, it's not really about my dog dying. It's just like kind of like the icing on the cake in that situation and what's making me think about it. But it was like I was just going through such a hard time my sophomore year of college. And it was me just trying to find a way to talk about it. And it was another song that I wrote and didn't know if it was like even good. Like I just thought this might be kind of stupid, but now it's like it's probably my favorite song. Yeah. Of mine.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I love Don't Swerve. Don't Swerve gives me that feeling of like coming of age movie.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Yeah.
I like there's this street back home, Blue Mound, which is like I compare it to like West End here. You know, a lot of like restaurants, shops, like stuff on it, and it just goes on forever and ever and ever. So when I was in high school, I would just like drive up and down it, you know, as you do, just like
drive around.
I just like pretend I'm in like a coming of age movie, and I feel like if in high school I knew Don't Swerve, I feel like that would have been on.
Yeah, no.
On that go.
Yeah, it's on like when you go to my Spotify for artists on like a lot of like coming of age movie playlists.
Yes, which is your TikTok, which we'll get into later. Your TikTok of like the playlists that your songs are on was so funny.
Thank you.
Like, what's your favorite title that you found? I should explain this first. So, on your end of like Spotify, artists can see the top 100?
Top 100 listener made playlists.
Yes. So you can see like the titles, what like songs are included, like all that kind of stuff. So Annie also is low-key blown up on TikTok. And so she made this TikTok of like reading some of the titles of the playlists, and they were so funny.
It's hard for me to think off the top of my head which one's my favorite because it's like I'm always looking and they're changing. And since I made that TikTok, I think people are purposely trying to make more funny ones, which I was kind of hoping for anyway. So I'm definitely going to part 2 that probably like tomorrow or something.
Please do.
But there was one of the ones that was funny on there was like I made this playlist at 3 a.m. while I was talking to like I think like Melissa or something about like terrible people. Yeah. I was like, what a playlist name. Like, I hope that like those people don't see it.
And you're just featured. What an honor.
Yeah, no. There's just always fun playlist names. I love the ones that are like for Matt or something like that. Like someone like makes for their like boyfriend or girlfriend.
Hey.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm part of your relationship. But there's a lot of really fun ones on there.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Yeah. So how does it feel to be big on TikTok?
It's a weird thing because it's hard to be like, I don't think I'm big on TikTok.
Well, no,
I think I'm bigger than I expected to be on TikTok. But the thing about TikTok is you never know what's gonna hit.
No.
So
what hit first? What was your like?
Okay, so first I posted an unreleased song of mine, Scotland, and it got like 400 views, and I was like,
okay,
whoa, that's pretty sick. I don't know who these 400 people are. And then I released 20, and my guitarist Daniel Nunnally, who I just mentioned that he called me, he had been like, you should just make a TikTok, because even if only 200 people see it, it's a free ad because of the way the TikTok algorithm works. Yeah. And I was like, you're right. Like, you'd have, like, if you want to do ads on Instagram, you could pay like a lot of money to get 200 people to see an ad, and then it would be 200 people that basically already follow you. Yeah. So I was like, all right. Can you curse on this podcast? Yes. Okay. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to make a TikTok. So Daniel comes over and he records me doing this, like, just the first verse of 20. And the whole time he's like, expect it to flop. Expect it to flop. So our, like, the whole day we're like, it's going to flop. We don't care. Yeah. Don't even, it's going to flop.
Like 20 people.
Yeah. So, and I kind of was like, I don't know what TikTok's going to like. So I was like, I guess you go in front of my wall. And my wall just has, like, a bunch of art on it. And then I was like, should I do it up or should I go, like, play it down? And Daniel's like, just, like, do your whole thing. So I put on my green eyeshadow that I wear when I play live shows. Yes. And I just sang the first verse of 20 acoustic with my electric guitar. And I posted it, and I kind of called Daniel after, because I had, like, posted and I didn't even look at the app because I just expected it to flop. Yeah. And, like, an hour, and I called Daniel, I'm like, Daniel, like, it's at, like, 1,000 views. And he's like, all right, yeah. Like, I'm getting, like, so many nice comments. And then that night, it just, like, went off. Like, in that first night, like, it was freaking insane.
That's crazy.
I was getting so many comments. I was, like, couldn't even keep up with it. I was every time I go to the TikTok app and say I always had over 100, like, it stops at 100 notifications. Yeah. Like, no matter how many minutes I was off or on it.
Oh my god.
I, like, couldn't keep up with it. And it was, and it was just, like, an incredible thing because it coincided with my single.
Exactly. So what good timing.
Like, I don't know, like, my Spotify numbers improved, like, 700% or something like that. So it was just
sexy.
I was like, I love, like, I don't understand why it took off, but, like, I love, and everyone was so nice, and still is. Everyone on my TikTok, like, I don't know what niche of TikTok I'm in, they're the nicest people. Like, I've not gotten a single hate comment, just the sweetest things about anything in the video. Like, people notice the funniest things. Yeah.
Thanks. What's the weirdest thing someone's pointed out?
I don't know, a lot of people talk about the art on my wall, like, the Bernie poster.
Queen.
Or, like, I don't know, like, the Twilight books are in some of them.
Bernie is just, like, matted on the wall.
I know. He just smiles down at me. Yeah, he's right in the middle there.
He just says, hey.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for you.
No, exactly. Yeah.
And you've, like, gained traction since. Like, it wasn't like you had one video that blew up.
No. So, I have, like, around 20,000 followers now. But, again, like, I don't really think that means anything. Because it doesn't send the TikTok out to those 20,000 people.
Exactly.
So it's still, like, I never know what hits. Yeah. So, I mean, I had a song that I wrote the other day that is kind of like, I feel like people on TikTok will like the first verse of, and then they did. But, like, with something like Judgments, I didn't really know. That was my latest single. I didn't really know if that was going to take off because that song is so much more a full band song than it is, like, 20, where it's, like, the lyrics of the first verse are really going to, like, hit. But that one did fine, and then I just do other stupid stuff because I, like, want to... I don't know, have fun on there.
Exactly.
But, like, you never know really how it's going to do.
That's crazy.
But it's, like, a great platform.
Yeah. And has that, like, affected your, like, Spotify numbers and, like, Instagram, like, all that,
It's affected every single thing. Like,
dang.
So many more Instagram followers. My Spotify numbers, I can, like, you can literally see in my... So, if you have Spotify for Artists, you can see, like, how many people are listening each day, blah, blah, blah. And you can literally see on my Spotify for Artists page, like, the days I post to TikTok.
Interesting.
It spike and stuff like that.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I think it just really works well for me that I have music on Spotify, and that's a lot of what I'm posting.
Exactly.
So that people can, like, go directly listen to it. Yeah. It's, like, a little frustrating with the songs that I post that I don't have up yet, but they're, like, for later release. And people are always like, when you put it... Like, people will return to my first video on TikTok of the unreleased song every day and say, like, back here again, just want to see if you're putting this out. Hey, it's me again. And I'm just like, God. And it's, like, so sweet, but I'm like, that's not really up for a long time. Like, a really long time, that one. So I'm like, I don't want to tell them.
Yeah, exactly. That's really so nice. Funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad they're nice to you.
Everyone is so nice to me on there. I love it.
Little fans. Little fangirls.
I'm always like, I always want to respond to, like, how I'm feeling about it. It's so hard for me to put into words, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just send, like, a little cry in a heart.
Your go-to.
Yeah, so if you've gotten that for me, it's because, like, I'm so happy about so it's just so nice that people are listening and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. TikTok is so interesting because like it's so, I mean, it's been around for a bit, but this like people like blowing up and like really using it as like a marketing tool has like really been the last couple of months, and it's crazy like the effects it can have on music and career and all of that.
Yeah, I just like fast tracked things in a way that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
But has been like really awesome.
Love
so,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take it. We'll take
the
free marketing.
I'll take what I can get. So yeah, it's super cool on there.
That's so awesome. So you recently put out a new song.
Did.
Yes, Judgments from the world's greatest band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. So good. Will you tell everyone like what's it about? What inspired it?
Yeah, for sure. So this is a song that I wrote about a Beatles poster on my wall watching me have a one-night stand. It's kind of the gist of it. So the Judgments from the world's greatest band. The greatest band is the Beatles, and they're judging me for having a one-night stand.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it's just me judging myself and talking about, like... I guess the song is about... I think that one-night stands can be very fun and great and, like...
Yeah.
Like, good for everyone having one-night stands. Like, I think it's super cool. I think I personally had one, and it, like, created a chaos in my mind I can't describe. Like... It unfolded something in my brain.
Okay.
And so I wrote that song like a month or so after it.
Okay.
And it was just like this crazy thing where I was like, I don't give a fuck. And so that's like the I guess I'm apathetic line in the chorus.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, then my roommate walks in, I'm like laying on the floor, legs up on the wall, listening to Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay,
you know?
mood. Yep.
Yeah, so obsessed.
So, yeah.
And then like the obsessed with you is like me just like always thinking like, wow, I wonder if he's looking through my window. You know that weird feeling?
All the time. Why do, like, I feel that way all the time. I'm like,
know.
I bet they're, like, thinking of me right now.
Wait,
no, they're not.
I saw TikTok. I saw TikTok of this girl who was, like, all dressed up in her bedroom, like, kind of moving stuff around, like, putting records on and saying, like, just doing cool stuff in my room so that the camera my crush set up sees me.
Like, me!
Like,
Why?
Anything more.
Like, why do I think that? Like,
I know. I'm like, what?
why would they care that much to, like, do that?
Because it's like, I'm more thinking about them doing that than I'm even thinking about them.
No,
like, I would never think about what they're doing in their room.
No, absolutely never in my life.
I'm just wondering if they're picturing me. Like, reading a book. Like, being smart.
And, like, do I look good right
Yeah,
now? Like, should I look better,
do you
like,
think
right
this
here?
It's cool in case he happens to walk on my porch and see in my window. Like, so weird. So
Oh
that's
my
kind of what the
gosh.
chorus is like the obsessed line.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's basically just the fallout in my own head from this one I stand in. You know when you like hook up with someone, then you have those moments where you're just in a normal situation, and all of a sudden it hits your brain, and you just like
You go, oh.
Yeah. And it's just
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see my face, but I think you can picture it. But it's kind of just like about that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And Judgments from the world's greatest band. It's the Beatles judging me. Again, it's just me. I got a lot of funny comments on the TikTok, though, because Ringo's not on the song.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ringo's not on the song, and I got a lot of heat for it. Not
Okay.
really, but some. But, like, it's like, people are just being funny about it. They're
Yeah.
like, the Ringo erasure in this, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. But he's not on the poster because it's pre-Beatles, pre-Ringo
Okay.
Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
And someone commented, like, Ringo's not on the song because he simply wouldn't be judging you. And I was like, you're actually
onto something.
flying colors correct. Like, he would never judge out of all of them.
No.
And that's kind of the story I'm going with from now
Okay,
on.
that it was intentional.
Yeah, it was intentional. I just think that all of them are judgmental
Except for Ringo.
Yeah.
Is Ringo, who's your favorite?
Paul.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I
like-
mean, how could it not?
Paul.
Paul. Okay.
Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Yeah, I'm a big... Yeah, I guess there's actually more Beatles stuff in here than I thought. I think it's kind of, like, funny. Because, like, everyone is like, oh, that guy in high school was obsessed with the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's like, I got really into the Beatles in high school. And I just think that Paul McCartney is, like, a songwriting hero of
I mean,
mine.
yeah.
So once I got to college, I did get more into, like, Wings and Paul McCartney's solo catalog. But I just think he's, like, my favorite songwriter of all time. Yeah.
That's incredible. Can you imagine, this is just, like, a so tangent, can you imagine being in the Beatles? Like, can you imagine the stardom that they had to, like, face in their time?
It's ridiculous. Like, you couldn't do anything. It's terrible.
I read this book. I should know what it's called, but I don't remember. It's written by this journalist who was one of the ones. They had like 3. Oh, this is all wrong. Maybe he was the only one. He was a journalist that was on their first tour in America, and he would just like traveled with them and then wrote all about it and like all this stuff. And so he just writes a book about all these like crazy things that they had to experience. And like, can you imagine? I just like can't even like process that in my brain.
I can't fathom it. Sometimes I think of it with like a Billie Eilish or something.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, where it's probably even worse because of the internet.
Yeah.
Like when Billie Eilish like stepped out in like some kind of outfit 2 weeks
God,
ago and
poor
everyone
girl.
like freaked out about it.
Yeah.
It was like, I can't imagine that. And the
No.
Beatles are like even more, like they couldn't
Yeah.
go anywhere. I can't, it would just be like, you're not even like living at that point. That's like
No.
a terrible existence.
No. And which, another thing, my friends and I have been having this conversation often recently, and I don't know why, but it's like, do you think that the Beatles would be as big as they were now?
Okay, I go back and forth on it. Me and my roommate Caroline will listen back to stuff, and we're always like, the Beatles took all the really good, simple, but very meaningful ideas.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, I think they could be as big. I think their songwriting would be different. Are you saying like
Yeah.
with their songs that they had, would they be as big?
Yes.
I don't think anyone could be as big as the Beatles were.
See, I agree. And I think it was so much of, like, the time that
it just had to do with like the radio, and
Exactly.
like it's just not possible in the age of streaming for someone to
no,
dominate everything that much.
Yeah.
So
And then think of all the things that wouldn't if they didn't happen. Like, so much, like, things in songwriting, just, like, boy bands.
I mean, just watched the movie yesterday.
Exactly.
It's the worst movie ever.
It could have been so good.
When I heard the concept and I watched the trailer, I was like, this is gonna slap. I've always wondered this. But it's just like the things they chose to make not exist. It was just like, why is it like this?
Yes, because they could have made really, like, very interesting things that you didn't realize that the Beatles had so much impact on not exist. But no, it was, like, the dumbest thing.
It was just, like, not it. Yeah, it was bad. But
I'm sorry.
could have been good. Concept was cool.
Concept is cool. Should we remake it? Maybe.
I think we could probably pull together that kind of budget, too, really quick.
You and I?
Yeah.
Quick, right here.
Kickstarter, done. Hey, guys, donate to the Kickstarter. It'll be up tomorrow, so...
And yeah, if you donate over $1,000, we'll
send you a sticker.
Send you a sticker. Over $1 million, we'll send you 4 stickers.
4.5, maybe.
4.5, maybe.
Just in case.
We'll consider it.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. That's so funny. So that's Judgments. What's next?
Okay, so I'm going back and forth on what's next because I'm writing an album right now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, which I'm very excited about. It's very different than the way I write for singles. It's like a little bit darker subject matter and stuff like that, which I didn't expect it to be, but it just happened.
Yeah.
That I'm going to start recording in December when I go back to New York.
Nice.
But to say whether that album will be released at the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022 is hard to say.
That's okay.
Could be within
loose dates.
But I'm very excited about it. So because it's going to be a little bit till the album, I'll be doing a cover EP that we'll be releasing.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm so fucking excited about it. I'm going to be releasing that early 2021, so like probably January, February situation.
Okay, cute.
Yeah. I won't tell the songs yet because
don't. We need a little
I don't know when I'm going to do that.
Surprise.
And then there'll definitely be more singles.
Okay.
I think that my next single will probably be 9 Months, which is one of the ones I posted on TikTok. But
gotta feed the
I think it's definitely going to be that.
Okay.
And then the cover EP and then an album at some point. So, yeah.
That's like so
it's
many
like a lot of
exciting
content,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's a music video coming for Judgments. That's what I forgot to say. That's actually the next piece of content.
Do we know when that's coming?
Yeah, it should be November 16th.
Okay, everyone check it out.
Yeah.
We'll link it. It'll probably come out like a week after this comes out, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So around there. Oh my god, fun.
Yeah.
How was filming that? What, like...
That was a great experience. I had done a music video for Don't Swerve, like, I filmed it in, like, April of my sophomore year, so, like, a year and a half ago now. But at that time, I didn't really know what I wanted for the video.
Yeah.
And Josh, who helped me make it, was, like, super helpful. And we ended up with something really cool. For this one, I knew I wanted it to, like, really show my personality. And for, like, I'm starring in every single scene of it. So, like,
As you should be.
Yeah, I'm, like, it's, like, so fun. I'm up in the camera. It's, like... It's kind of funny. It shows a lot of my personality. I think it's, like, really beautifully done by Tanner Deutsch and Jess Demento.
Incredible.
Jess is the director, and Tanner did the cinematography, and then a bunch of other people helped on it. But it was a really great experience filming it, and I really can't wait for it to come out. I'm really psyched
I'm so excited.
with how it came out. Yeah.
That's so exciting. Okay, so many good things, like, coming up. This is your place to, like, plug anything you want. Anything, anyone.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
This is your space.
So I hope everyone voted.
I hope you voted.
I hope you voted. Can't plug that anymore though.
No, unfortunately.
But yeah, just make sure that you already did it.
I know. And like any election moving
Any local
forward,
election.
yes,
Just always
exercise your right.
exercise your right to vote, get registered if you're not. You know, it's a very cool thing.
And we're so lucky to be able to do that.
So lucky.
I know.
And then for my personal music stuff, you could follow me on Instagram, TikTok to get my releases. I go live on TikTok a good amount, which is fun. And look out for the Judgment's music video November 16th.
Love it.
And then the cover EP early next year.
That's so exciting.
But yeah, I think that's everything.
Oh my gosh, this was so great, Annie.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Finally hang out.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I have rapid fire for you.
Okay.
Which actually I should have done that before we did our outro, but that's okay. Okay, rapid fire. Number 1, what's your favorite song at the moment?
Wow.
I know. And I say these are rapid fire, but like take your time answering because the rest, they don't get easier. They really don't get easier.
All right, let me just go through my liked songs.
Okay, cute.
Okay, my favorite song at the moment, to be honest, though, is I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany from the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great answer. Number 2, what's the best concert you've ever been to?
It was Boy Genius.
Oh,
at
God.
The Ryman Auditorium. Best night of my life.
Wow, I was so sad I wasn't at that show.
I got tickets last minute. Someone was like, I'm selling a ticket for like $20. And I was like, I'm taking that ticket. Here's what's the tragedy about it.
Okay.
I was only at that point, out of all the Boy Genius people, like I knew a few of Julian's songs.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big Lucy Dacus fan.
Okay.
I, for some reason, was like, I'm not into Phoebe. Like, just, like,
How?
trying to be annoying. Like, I don't know what. Like, I would always be like, yeah, I love the indie rock scene. Phoebe,
But Phoebe,
not it for me. Like, I absolutely. Phoebe Bridgers is my top artist on Spotify now. So it's like.
Growth.
It's just honestly
That's what
ridiculous.
this is. Growth.
And it's like, I saw her live and I was like, this is incredible. And that's when I got into her music. But it would have just been such an even better experience if I just walked in knowing her stuff.
That's okay.
It's okay. I don't really regret it as much because the whole night was just amazing.
We all have to make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Incredible. Okay, if you could collab with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah. That's a given.
Patti Smith.
Oof. Let's just keep it going, honestly.
Okay,
I'll give
I will.
you 2 more.
Liza Ann.
Oh, yep.
And probably I just want to do like Ariana Grande, like something just random,
Something
like
crazy like that.
Yeah.
What a collab that would be.
I know. I'm just like, that would be fun.
You said, hey, Ari.
Yeah.
Here we are. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's the end of my rapid fire.
Oh, okay,
honestly,
cool.
it was so easy. There's only 3.
We got through it. Okay. Hey, Justin Long. Big fan of your work, first of all. I don't know if you heard the part where I couldn't quite place you, but now that I saw your face, I love all your work. I think you're phenomenal. You're very funny. Seem very cool. I think this podcast would be a great fit for you. You're trying to get him on this podcast.
Yes.
Because you seem like you like music.
Right?
And you seem like you could talk about it for a long time, honestly. And I just think that there could be sparks in the room.
Dare we say sparks?
Dare we say sparks? I think it could happen. And I just think you should definitely do it. Just for reference, like, we're sitting on a bed filming this one.
Yep.
So that could be your setup too. And I hope that entices you to come record.
Yeah.